And when I started to see that there was another mind within me that was able to tell my ego, it's time to stand still now and really figure out who you are. My ego was like, who's this? Who's this? Who's talking to me? Right? No, I'm perfectly normal. I'm not schizophrenic. But a higher voice, a higher mind kicked in when I became a mother. And that's when I became a very curious seeker to figure out what was going on. So motherhood, from where I stand, has been the best thing that ever happened to me. Because now I know, because I've been through the whole trajectory now, I understand that motherhood was the gateway to my higher self. Because when you become a mother, guess what? Your subconscious mind, for the first time maybe ever in your life, becomes stronger than your conscious mind. For the first time, your body, which in the Fabulous One philosophy is the subconscious mind, is going to say, no, you shall not pass. How are you? I am phenomenal. Happy New Year. Kinda late, huh? Well, I was taking my sweet time, having a winter break from December to January. Whole month of December and the whole month of January I take off. It's just me time, rejuvenate, re-educate, reassess, realign, and then come back at it in February. So we're here now in Feb, and I'm gonna change it up again, and I'm going to really focus on my visionary visuals. The reason why is because a picture, an image speaks 1,000 words. And I'm getting all these marvelous downloads, and I want to visualize them. So I spend a tremendous amount of time putting them together in visuals. And then of course I want to explain and show you my findings, show you what I see when I tap into the Akashic records, the universal mind. And in this way, I'm hoping to help you as well see your infinite self, see your magnificent self. Fabulous One philosophy is only and purely about connecting to your higher self. And I had to think long and hard about this, because I see a lot of spiritual teachers out there, and they're like helping you use the law of attraction and then to manifest a whole bunch of stuff. Now, me coming from my perspective, I have done actually everything in reverse, and then I stopped and realized I was walking the wrong way. What do I mean by that? I mean to say that in my younger years, yes, I was really focused on self-actualizing and, becoming the best at whatever I decided in that moment was the best. But in the journey of self-actualization, I always hit that invisible wall. That invisible wall that gave you that amazing excuse to quit and then move into another direction. And it wasn't until I became a mother that I really forced myself to stand still. Because as a mother, I am now responsible for another life. And it is very important which direction I go into. So it was actually for the first time I felt really powerful to say no to my mind. And that's where curiosity kicked in. Which mind is stronger than my mind, and is able to say to my mind, no, and allowed for my mind to just stand still, relax, just let it go. And when I started to see that there was another mind within me that was able to tell my ego, it's time to stand still now and really figure out who you are. My ego was like, who's this? Who's this? Who's talking to me? Right? No, I'm perfectly normal. I'm not schizophrenic. But a higher voice, a higher mind kicked in when I became a mother. And that's when I became a very curious seeker to figure out what was going on. So motherhood, from where I stand, has been the best thing that ever happened to me. Because now I know, because I've been through the whole trajectory now, I understand that motherhood was the gateway to my higher self. Because when you become a mother, guess what? Your subconscious mind, for the first time maybe ever in your life, becomes stronger than your conscious mind. For the first time, your body, which in the Fabulous One philosophy is the subconscious mind, is going to say, no, you shall not pass. And it's the first time that the ego, the conscious mind, will experience being stopped in her tracks. Because before that, she had free range. Before that, she could just do whatever she wanted. But when you become a mother, your body wakes up to her true nature, to mother nature. And she understands that the mind has been taking her on a ride. And she's no longer willing to take that ride. So, it puts the mind in a position to finally realize and understand who she is. To drop any limiting beliefs, to drop any ideas she had about herself. Because obviously they're wrong. She's obviously not in charge. So now she has to go on the search to figure out what's going on. And so with Fabulous One philosophy, I try to take you through that trajectory, through that journey. But the big difference is I had to do it alone, and you get to do it with me. When it's two, it always feels more comfortable. And I gotta take that back, because I say I had to do it alone. No. In my situation, it was my husband who was that very strong beacon of vibrational energy, a very strong frequency that allowed me to not only pull up, but stay grounded. So my husband and I, we've been together for 20 years. Well, more than 20 years. This year we will be married for 20 years. And it is safe to say for me that my husband has been my teacher. And it has allowed me to really fully merge into the divine feminine energy. And so with Fabulous One philosophy, I want to truly make you aware of what the divine feminine energy really is, how she's going to enhance you, expand you, and then how you can use that expansion to your benefit. And so I had to think long and hard, because now I'm coming full circle. Benefit. What is the benefit of connecting to your higher self? Why would I want to connect to my higher self? And so you have to really disconnect any material desires. You connect to that. Because any material desires means you're still dabbling in 3D reality. You're not truly out of time and space. You're not truly a non-dual mind. And so I also want to emphasize that Fabulous One philosophy is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the people who are just at the beginning of their journey, because of a lot of words and terminology that I use will sound like abracadabra or confusing. Now, unless you lit your spiritual seeker mind, you will have a ball, because that's why I have the student program. I have the student program where I give you so much knowledge, so many aha moments, so many visionary visuals for you to dive into and really discover and uncover who you really are. But the prerequisite to enter the school is for you to be a seeker. You must be a seeker. Because if you are solely wanting to learn the universal laws, the law of attraction and any other laws that come with that, pure for manifestation. Tell me how to get that high value husband. Tell me how to make $1 million. Tell me how to, attract, manifest anything I want. That's a whole different category. It's not wrong. It's not right. You have the right to focus on whatever it is you want to focus. But if you truly want to be at peace and end your suffering, then focusing on material desires are not going to get you there. Whatever end goal, whatever material desire you have, you will achieve. If you don't even believe that, then don't even go into the journey towards your higher self. Because manifesting is actually the easy part once you understand the true journey, the true path towards your higher self. Because you will be able to detach, you will be able to be free, you will be able to speak, express, and most importantly, create whatever it is you set your mind to without second guessing yourself. But this is a journey which is called self-realization, which is separate from the journey of self-actualization. So I've learned pure through life experience. I'm older than I look. Wise beyond my years. Plus I had my husband, and I'm going to repeat that many times over in my videos, because I really truly want you to understand the divine union between the masculine and feminine energy, and when they really truly unite as one, how amazing and wonderful it is for the both of you. But it allowed me to really investigate, put my beginner's mind on, and start from the beginning. And if that's what's if that's interesting to you as well, I invite you to come to my Self-Mastery School for Moms, where I give you the Self-Mastery Study Guide for free. Because that's where we start. If you are not even willing to read a book that is going to be here for millennia, I promise you. If you're not even willing to read a book then what else can I offer you? And so I had to think long and hard, because there are so many teachers out there who are seducing you with shiny objects. And you're falling for it big time. But there's gonna come a day where you understand that the self-actualization process does not end your suffering. As a matter of fact, the more successful you become, the more you grow, the more you will be met with resistance. And if you do not have the mental model to deal with that resistance, before you know it, you're going to find yourself in a loop. And unless you wake up, you will be recreating the same reality over and over and over and wondering why you can't create a different result. Because you're insane. It's not my words, it's Albert Einstein. So if you want to create a different result, you need to have a different focus. Your focus should be on self-realization first. And if you keep an open mind, I can show you how the work is done.